Good day, class. Our lesson for today is all about love and sex. Good day, class. Our lesson for today is all about love and sex. At the end of this module, you will be able to understand the concept of love and sex, identify the different sex norms, and resolve current issues related to love and sex as elements of marriage. In many traditional societies, where marriages were parentally arranged, love did not count as a consideration, and sex was a forbidden topic for discussion. So today, love and sex have been added as elements in marriage. So love and sex now tend to be fused together. Sex is accepted as a fact of life, but sex without affection is not enough motivation to marry. So let's talk about the concept of love. So the term love is used in various ways. For example, one says he loves mangoes or sweet music. He loves go swimming or to play mahjong. And one loves Mount Mayon for its beauty. And one loves his country as a patriotic citizen should. So in other words, naging generic term, no? Especially ngayon ang naging generic term ang love. When referring to people, love can also have different meanings. Like for example, love of Jose Rizal means respect for the hero, no? So love of Sharon Cuneta means admiration for the megastar. And love of a servant to a master means servility. Next we have here the heterosexual love. So a strong emotional and intimate attachment between a man and a woman, which generally finds ultimate expression in sex, and ideally in marriage. So it is between man and woman. So it is the kind of love which given by couples as the most important reason of marriage. So that is the original design of marriage. It is between man and woman. So that is what we call heterosexual love. So class, we have here the expressions of love. In our society, for instance, the sight of a loved one is supposed to lead to special excitement, breathlessness, and a rapid pulse rate. So ito na yung mga basic na expressions of love. So among some people, the yearning for a love object who is distant or beyond reach brings about loss of appetite and sleepless nights. So sa madaling sabi, ito daw yung long distance relationship. Ikaw daw ay you had that loss of appetite, hindi ka makatulog sa gabi, kakaisip sa kanya dahil nasa malayo siya, for example, no? So in some societies, love is expressed by simply putting a flower on one's hair, no? Yung mga sinauna yan, no? While in other lands, during the age of knighthood and chivalry, love was shown by defeating another knight in a tournament. So this is this happens dun sa mga Roman Empire, mga sinauna, no? Kumbaga yung kung sino yung mananalo doon, sila yung makakawin ng heart or ang reward noon is yung anak ng king, pwedeng ganon, or anak ng queen. So those are the expressions of love. Nowadays, ngayon naman in our present generation, iba't iba na yung expressions of love natin ngayon. Especially nasa modern technology tayo, ay pwedeng in chatting, text messaging, sa social media. So we are discipled by social media nowadays. Guys, ito yung medyo nakakatawa, no? Among the Australian Aborigines, a suitable love object is an adolescent girl. So yung nagdadalagang babae, who has been patterned in a dormitory. Para siyang baboy na patabain, patining kumbaga, no? Yun yung love object na pwedeng in terms of arranged marriage, pagkakasundo siya. In Philippine society naman, A bright, attractive lady, an intelligent, good-looking gentleman are both very eligible. Ito naman yung mga standards natin, basically. And if they come from respectable families with some means, lalo na kung medyo nasa upper class yung family, So, ito yung mga love object natin. Ito yung mga standards natin. So, in present Filipino culture prescribes loves as the appropriate basis for marriage and procreation. So, in our society naman, class, ang culture natin as Filipinos, So, ang pagmamahalan, ito yung pinakabasihan ng kasal dito sa atin. Sex is just pangalawang bagay lang yan. Ang pinakauna is yung pagmamahalan. Yan ang basihan ng kasal at yung paghayo at pagpapakarami, multiplication. Ang basihan dyan is yung love. Since getting married and raising a family is normal for everyone, each person is conditioned to expect, to fall in love at some point in his or her life. So we are expected to fall in love no matter what. Hindi natin may iwasan yan. So ang pinakabasihan natin is sa marriage is love, and for the procreation is still love pa rin yung ating basihan. Hindi natin ginagawang joke-joke lang when it comes to sex. So cultural norms define approximately at what age a person expects to fall in love. So the sentiment is dismissed as puppy love. So lahat tayo naranasan ito. Especially dun sa high school life natin. Yung tinatawag na puppy love, yung parang hindi naman ganun ka kapol, na Paul ka, but hindi ganun kalalim, kasi bata ka pa that time, that is what we call puppy love if it comes at a very early age, sabi dyan. So merely a desire for companionship if it comes very late in life. Kung medyo late ka naman na daw, talagang ang goal mo na dyan is for companionship na. Sa lalaki, there's no problem. Kahit 30 pataas pa yan, walang problema sa lalaki. Sa babae, talagang at the age of 30, talagang yung desire mo is for marriage and for companionship na. Ganun na kaseryoso yung desire mo, sa buhay, for companionship na, yung makakasama mo na lifetime partner, Love as conditioned by the norms acts as form of social control. Love feelings are managed such that we try to make ourselves feel the proper emotion. So hindi lang basta-basta pagmamahal yan. So, mayroon tayong tinatawag na proper emotion. At sa tamang tao din. Hindi lang basta nagustuhan mo, yun na. In the right person, may kanya-kanyang area. Yung pagmamahal na yan. May kanya-kanyang pinatutunguhan yan. Like for example, yung pagmamahal natin sa ating pamilya, that is what we call filial love or paternal love. That's it. Yun lang. Wala nang ibang feelings dyan. Sabi nga, there is a proper emotion. Pag yung pagmamahal naman sa mga matatanda, that is what we call respect. Respeto. Yan. Then yung pagmamahal naman or attraction towards one of the same sex, kung ikaw sa babae or lalaki sa lalaki, yun yung tinatawag nating friendship. Pagkakaibigan lang. But in our generation today, yun nga, nakita natin yung generation natin today. Yung doon sa same sex, for civil companion, na nagmamahalan sa babae sa babae and lalaki sa lalaki. How love is developed? Paano nga ba nade-develop yung love sa isang tao? So, inihalin tulad dyan yung isang bata. yung attachment niya sa mga taong nakapaligid sa kanya, no? Kung sino man yung nag-aalaga sa bata na yan, kung sino man yung laging gumagabay, nandyan para sa batang yan, yung the love sentiment is developed. Doon na di-develop yung love sentiment. Doon sa mga close na tao sa kanya and constant interaction with someone na nakasasatisfy doon sa needs ng isang bata. So doon daw, yung attachment, doon na unang nadidevelop. Yung love sentiment, doon unang nadidevelop. Same is to with Lamena and Reidman, put it that love is a deep and vital emotion resulting from significant need satisfaction coupled with the caring for and acceptance of the beloved and resulting in an intimate relationship. So ganun naman sa atin in our culture today, in our generation today, kung sino yung love satisfies our needs kasi, no? So kung saan natin nahanap yung satisfaction when it comes to love, so na may kasamang pag-iingat sa atin, yung may kasamang acceptance sa atin, doon natin nahanap yung sarili natin, yung mga taong willing tumanggap sa atin, willing magmahal sa atin, laging nandyan para sa atin. That is how love is developed. Then it will result to an intimate relationship. Yung talagang tanggap na tanggap ka. Yun. What are the characteristics of true love, or the kind of love that is usually given by couples as reason for their marriage and upon which lasting relationships may be built? So according to Kantian, 1997, definition of an enduring love relationship is one which is androgynous, a combination of the feminine style, ibig sabihin sa female style of emotional closeness and verbal expressions of affection, and the masculine, it pertains to male style of practical assistance and sex. So basically, when it comes to sa opposite sex, ito yung it is usually given by couples as a reason for their marriage. It is between the man and woman. Ito yung characteristics talaga of true love. It is between the man and a woman. Feminine style and the masculine style of practical assistance and sex. So that is the original design. Next, we have three essential components of love according to Tutor 1992. Number one, we have intimacy. So it is the emotional aspect, which includes closeness, sharing, communication, and support. Number two, we have passion. It is the motivational aspect, which leads to physiological arousal and an intense desire to be united with the loved one. Ito ay na-express sa pamamagitan ng kissing, hugging, touching, and making love. So that is what we call passion. Number three, commitment. So it is the cognitive aspect which can be expressed by fidelity or pagiging faithful sa isa't isa. Dahil committed na kayo. So it is something to do with faithfulness or fidelity by staying with the relationship no matter what happens, through hard times or by getting engaged or married. The levels of intimacy, passion, and commitment change over time on pseudo relationships. The more the intimacy, passion, and commitment, the more the love between the couple. The next one, we have the sex norms. Sex is a basic human drive, okay? Although very powerful, it is also very flexible. Sex is innate in man. So, ito daw ay natural na sa tao. Ito yung pangangailangan ng tao. Each expression is modified and shaped by society. The sex drive is regulated and controlled by the cultural norms. Hindi naman basta-basta pwede yan. Diba? So, it is controlled by the cultural norms. May tamang place, may tamang pagkakataon, May tamang sitwasyon na gawin yan. Ano? Man has to abide by the norms his society has set up to govern his sexual life. Hindi man basta-basta pwedeng gawin na yan ng kung sino-sinong tao. No? So norms specify with whom and under what circumstances the sex drive may be satisfied. So among Christian Filipinos, one may have sex only with his spouse. So tayo mga Kristiyanong Pilipino, sex only with our spouse. Yun lang. Wala nang iba. Sa mga asawa lang, dapat ito ay ginagawa. Wala nang iba. Yan yung Christian Filipinos. Yung culture natin. So, premarital and extramarital sex are not prop or hindi, ito ay hindi tama. Hindi naaakma sa atin bilang mga Christian Pilipino. Okay? So, on the other hand, these sex activities are approved among some non-Christian Filipinos. Sa iba, pwede. Sa ibang society, pwede. Sa ibang culture, pwede. Walang masama sa ganitong sex norms. Kahit sino, kahit may asawa na, nagiging normal lang sa kanila ito. Hindi ito big deal, hindi malaking issue sa kanila yung bagay na ito. Next, we have the premarital sex. Ang sex ang klase ng sex na ito ay ginagawa ng dalawang taong hindi pa kasal. In other words nga, medyo mas mabigat yung tinatawag nilang fornication. So, premarital sex, it is done outside the bondage of marriage. Mga hindi pa kasal, ngunit nagkakaroon na ng sexual intercourse na walang sapilitan. Maybe sila matagal nang magkarelasyon, then hindi pa kinakasal, but they're having premarital sex. So, outside the bondage of marriage. Ito yung sa mga taong hindi pa kinakasal. So, ngayon, sa mga panahon ngayon ay nagiging acceptable norm na ito. That's the reality. Next, we have urban versus rural. Ito yung pagkakaiba sa mga syudad at sa mga probinsya. Sa urban, ito yung mga city or industrialized societies. Sila yung mga medyo yung nasa stage na ng yung medyo liberated na siya, lalo na sa mga city. It is normal na lang. Sex is normal na lang sa mga industrialized and urbanized societies. So, ang isang babae sa isang urbanized societies ay have more opportunities to work. May mga factors yan kung bakit sex ay nagiging normal sa isang babae or sa lalaki. Specifically sa side ng babae in a urbanized society, lalo na kung nag-work, interact outside the home, and enjoy more freedom in sex expression, as well as independence from strict parental control. So, lalo-lalo na sa mga taong medyo malayo sa pamilya. For example, yung pamilya mo nandito sa probinsya, yung babae or lalaki nasa Manila, let's say. So, ito yung nagiging factor niya. Bakit nagiging acceptable norm na lang sa kanya itong sex, itong premarital sex. So, sa mga probinsya naman, sa mga baryo, sa mga remote areas, medyo lalo na dito sa probinsya natin, so sabihin natin sa barangay ninyo, yung mga may kasabay ka nga lang na lalaki or babae, sabihin na yan, iba na yung isip ng tao, di ba? So, napaka-conservative ng mga tao dito sa atin sa probinsya. Pagdating sa sex, ang topic na ito ay talagang, di ba, medyo aloof sila sa mga topic na ganito. Medyo hate nila yung mga ganitong topic. Makita ka lang nila dyan sa kalsada, Baka, iba na yung isip. no? May nakakita lang ng babae, lalaki magkasama. Ano, doon na yung isip nila, iba na. So medyo conservative talaga tayo. Compare naman sa Manila, halimbawa. Sa Manila, wala ng pakialaman, no? So, consequence of premarital sex. Ano ba yung consequence dito? Of course, we have unwanted pregnancy, yung hindi na paghandaan. Number 2, yung maagang pagpapakasal. Bakit may mga napakamabata pa kinakasal na? It's because ay positive na. Yan, that's the reality ngayon. Baga, ito na yung naging acceptable norm natin in our society. Next, we have extramarital sex. Ito ay ginagawa ng dalawang tao na kasal na. Magkarelasyon sila, ngunit silang dalawa ay kasal na. May kanya-kanya ng pamilya. So, ito yung tinatawag nating extramarital sex. Ano-ano nga ba yung dahilan kung bakit nagagawa ng ibang tao yung extramarital sex? Una, for sexual gratification. Lalo na, class kung hindi na yung isa, baog, halimbawa, doon nag-i-start, maghanap si Mr. o si Mrs. ng ibang tao for sexual gratification. Or yung iba sa panahon natin ngayon, dahil OFW si nanay or OFW si tatay, pwedeng isa sa kanila magloko. Magkaroon ng ibang relasyon sa ibang tao na kasal din. Kahit sila ay kasal. So, that is what we call extramarital sex. Pangalawa, sexual excitement at iba pa. Sila ay longing, lalo na kung long distance. Or yung iba, gusto lang makagante doon sa naglokong asawa. So, that is still extramarital sex. Permissiveness in premarital sex does not extend to tolerance of extramarital affairs. So, sa ngayon, in our society, ay, kumbaga yung premarital sex, sex without the existence of marriage, ay nagiging acceptable norm na. But, hindi ibig sabihin yan ay yung mga mag-asawa na kasal na, ay pwede nang makipagrelasyon or makipag-sex sa iba. So, in fact, extramarital sexuality in most societies is more strongly condemned than premarital sexuality. Yung if you're having sex na hindi pa kasal, medyo pa daw yun, ibig sabihin medyo magaan, natanggapin in some society or in most societies. But yung if you're having extramarital sex, yun yung medyo bigat sa society. Medyo talagang pangit sa paningin ng society yung may asawa na but they're having extramarital affairs with other people. Next, timbangin natin yung sitwasyon sa pagitan ng babae at lalaki. Let's say husband and wife. Pag si husband nagloko, okay lang. Acceptable norm na yan sa atin. Tanggap-tanggap na yan. Hindi na bago yan. Ngunit pag si babae nagloko or si asawang babae nagloko, hindi ka tanggap-tanggap. Yun yung sa society natin ngayon, yung parang nagiging normal na sa atin. So, sa University of Santo Tomas, yung study na ito, 26% nagsasabi na favor sila or okay sa kanila kung yung si husband ang magkaroon ng relationship sa iba. Ngunit, sa pag si wife naman, 12% lang. So, mas malaking porsyento yung sa lalaki. Okay lang, parang tanggap na okay lang kung yung husband yung magloko. Next, we have factors which contribute to the increase of extramarital affairs are as follows. Una, dissemination by mass media of Western values which conflict with traditional family values. We are being influenced by Western values. Parang laki ng impluensya sa atin. So, number 2, presence of hotels and motels serving as hideaways for lovers. Ayan, it's so obvious. Kahit saan ka magpunta, dami nating makikitang ganyan. Pangatlo, knowledge and easy availability of contraceptive devices. Ayan. Number 4, we have increased permissiveness as a result of modernization. Kumbaga, yung sex na lang ngayon is part of modernization. Nagiging liberated na. Next is sex crimes. So, dahil nga dumadami na yung mga naabuso, especially mga kababaihan, so ang Kongreso nagpasa ng Republic Act 7877 entitled Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, which declares sexual harassment unlawful, labag sa batas in the employment, education, or training environment. So, mapasaan man ito, sa trabaho man, sa school, kahit saan. So, ipinagbabawal ng batas, ang sexual harassment. So, ano-ano ba yung mga pwedeng sexual harassment na matatawag? Pwede yung hinipuan ka or tinext ka ng mga malalaswa. Ayan, yung mga form ng sexual harassment. O kaya yung kahit sinipulan ka lang, yun yung catcalling na tinatawag. Sinipulan ka lang, napadaan ka lang, then sinipulan ka. Sexual harassment pa rin yan. Hindi lang yung paghipo sa'yo, hindi lang yung panananching, let's say, So, those are forms of sexual harassment. Pati nga yung verbal, yung binastos ka, or chinat ka, tinext ka, pinost ka sa social media, So, those are forms of sexual harassment. So, hindi lang physical, pwedeng verbal. Next, we have sex trafficking. Ito yung pinaka-systematic and organized. Sa ngayon, dahil social media, internet, talagang talamak itong sex trafficking. Dali lang gawin ito. Ito yung pinaka-systematic and organized transport of women at maging mga bata for sex profit. So, ginagawang negosyo. Mostly nadadala nila yung mga kamabaihan, mga bata, minor de edad sa mga cities, sa mga highly urbanized, industrialized societies. Like Manila, yan, Cebu, Baguio, nagagamit sila for prostitution, sex trafficking, yan. At maging sa ibang bansa, international yan. Next sa itong panggagahasa. Ito yung pinakahinus sex crime. Noon ay mayroon tayong death penalty. So ang unang nahatulan ng death penalty dahil ginahasa niya yung kanyang sariling anak ay si Leo Echegaray nung panahon ng ating Pangulong Joseph Estrada. So ngayon, dahil na-abolish na ang death penalty sa mga taong nanggahasa, ay pinalitan na ito ng reclusion perpetua ayon sa ating saligang batas, or habang buhay na pagkakulong yung naging kapalit ng death penalty. So dahil ngayon patuloy na tumataas yung mga kaso ng panggagahasa, ang government ay nagpasa ng mga sumusunod na batas gaya ng RA number 8505, na pangalawa RA number 8551, yung lahat ng istasyon ng pulisya sa bansa natin ay may tinatawag silang women's desk or yung sa BAUSI, Violence Against Women and Children. So RA number 8353 or yung Anti-Rape Law of 1997. So class, I hope may natutunan tayo sa ating lesson for today about love and sex. So that would be all for our lesson. Thank you and God bless.